Got excellent connection on the dashboard. And I'm like look, dropping 66 frames and 78. Well, 1497, 3997. Okay. So do I have an excellent connection or is it dropping a bunch of frames? Oh well. So yeah, it's kind of strange. I'm looking at my OBS and it has the there's buffering. Ooh, it turned red. 58.58% drop frames. The internet's been weird. Like I have T-Mobile, I have T-Mobile data. I notice it's just dropping out a lot more than it used to. Like even my headphone streaming apps. It's probably time to get invest in fiber from one of the startup fiber companies. Oh my goodness, this is like almost going back in time. Yeah, I suppose we get ourselves in this looking for the best deal and the highest speed. There's always something else. And as people leave a company and it falls apart because they're gonna go work and do a startup company and compete with the company they used to work at because when they were employees they didn't get paid that much, so they took their things, they sabotaged it, they moved over there, or maybe the employer doesn't want to pay their workers, so the workers go off and do their own thing, and the guy then doesn't or woman doesn't have or doesn't have enough people to run their business, and it just falls apart, and then you just like go and go and go, and you can't get stable. You just can't get stable. The volatility index. One of the things about when it's the volatility is too high, business investments and startups and things. Well, I guess there are more startups. There's so many startups doing the same thing. Eventually, you have to get rid of 90% of the startups so the 10% that are decent can make enough to continue. But these are all just theories, just theorems. What was I gonna do? I actually sat down with an agenda, something to talk about, and now I'm bloated. I had Chinese. I went up to the gas station, got gas station Chinese food. Ate too much of it. I was gonna eat half of it because they give those big portions. I was eating half of it for lunch and then half of it for dinner, and before I knew it, I was like almost full of this like just big box of Chinese food. Every day, it's like I should be cleaning. I woke. Let's see what time. I woke up decently. I think 7:30 for somebody who's unemployed. I woke up at 7:30. Um, then I sat down. I started watching Twitch. I was in a stream in the morning, do some other things. Then about 11, I was like, oh, I don't want to start streaming and then go get lunch. Because I'd be like streaming for around 10. I had this thought. I was like, oh, I could start. Well, I was just zoned in watching Twitch. I was watching other live streams. I was watching so many live streams. I'm trying to break it up and watch pre-produced things. I watched half a video on Hilldale. This dude, I forget the name of it, Jim and Nick or something, or Joe and Nick's travel. I only hear one guy driving around. They drives around different like abandoned cities, weird off the way cities. And a day yesterday it was watching these towns in Kansas, and you drive through these towns and it'd be like almost ghost towns, but there'd be a few houses people living in, and a lot of abandoned buildings. So that was cool. And so like this morning I was flipping through and they had a suggestion for Hilldale. It's a little southern Utah town full of polygamists. It's where the Jepsons came out of. What really struck me is that the Jepson wasn't as old as I thought he was. I thought he was an old man. And they showed the guy and he looked like a more feminine version of David Koresh. Yeah, that Jepson, the prophet of the FLDS. He looked way more younger than I thought he was. Well. So what was I gonna do? yeah, it's gonna take you on a journey with me as I try to log into to my server or to my what's that? They're not called servers. Those companies you sign up for to buy websites, like the website hosting companies. Anyway, I have URLs, but I don't have a website, and now I'm locked out of it. Now I'm completely well. I had it's 2-step authorization. It's really hard. It's really hard. Let's see. I did lose one cell phone on accident. I've been mugged from of another one. The transition to Teams took my Skype number away, which was my oldest number. Like if you have like, what's your home telephone number? I don't even have a jack in this house. They don't even have phone jacks here. So it's this differentiation between home phone number, landline, cell phones. I don't know. I called a professional number the other day, and it was a Google voice. It was like Google Talk. Anyway, once that number, what's more important to you? Your social security number or your phone number? Well, since I don't ever plan to work again in that type of employment, I really don't really care about my social security. Yet I was just thinking about this the other day because the phone number, a phone I had like backup phone. Just well, the caller ID on it said Ashley B. Like I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this until I had called my own phone or something, and I was like, wait, it says Ashley B. The caller ID said Ashley B. That's not my name. So the previous owner of the cell phone, and I activated my name, like the bill's in my name, everything. So I would think that the provider of this of this cell phone would have had my name, being how I signed the contract for this phone, and you'd think it would be my name, but it was Ashley B's name, and I got to thinking. Man, we get testimony you're getting harassing phone calls and text messages and death threats from a phone number. It's like, look at that caller ID. That proves it. Well, I have a situation where there's another phone like that, and it is in my name, but my crippled brother, because I thought it was really cool. For years, my dad would take an MP3 player and load up CDs he would get at a used store. He would just load up used CDs and burn them in MP3s, and then like put them on his MP3 player. And then my brother, because he can't really move or do things for himself, so he'd like listen to music. So I was like, it's the modern year, and I got a cell phone, and I activated it, and I had Spotify. So I could put in his favorite songs, and it had the algorithm, and he could listen to new music also. That lasted about a week, and then my dad called me up and said he couldn't find the cell phone. That one of the employees at the convalescent hospital, well, we don't have any proof. Yeah, just we had a cell phone there and by his bed, so he could like listen. So, and some of the nurses were instructed, the activities coordinator, and we put it on. So he had a cell phone. We play music for him. It disappeared. He can't get out of bed and do things, so he didn't take it. Yeah, somebody just stole from a crippled the music player from a crippled person. That's how much they hate us. Oh, every man in my family's been targeted. I'll tell you that. I suppose the ones who don't want to sign the divorces and give away everything they've worked for, it's easier to kill them. I mean, it's probably easier for them to have accidents. Like I have this dude that I've given him almost like, oh my goodness. It's not. I don't want to over exaggerate. He comes up every 3 months for for some money for a movie he's making. And I've watched it. It's like I watched some like scenes. It's decent. Like just the cinematography. I don't know if he has any coherent like plot to it. An independent movie producer. Well, he made a movie with my brother who's crippled, And boy, oh boy, is this guy squirrely. Oh boy, is he like one of the most squirrely dudes. He's came up from L.A. However, like a lot of LA with the failing movies, they're hurting for money. So apparently, guys like me, they're willing to this. They're willing to be come up and vaguely be seen with a guy like me. Well, the last memory I have, I'll tell you, one of the last memories I have with my brother before he was crippled was seeing The Force Awakens. And that was kind of like gut wrenching in a way. Just we're guys, these are childhood things we want. We're brothers. We want to have this thing, but there's just something between us and women. Like, do you choose a woman over your family? Would you choose a woman over your family? That's the type of thing that a lot of men in my position and boys, men, young men, like how valuable is a woman? Well, there have been a lot of fights between me and my brothers over just not the same woman. We haven't been trying to go after the same woman. Just that when somebody gets a girlfriend or fiance or something like that, it just takes them away from the family activities. And then, of course, they come back and they're desperate because it didn't work out. All right, we saw Force Awakens, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I just remember sitting there with my brother Adam, and we looked at the advertisement. It was like, did they replace me with Finn? Right, so that was the first thing I thought when I saw Finn on that friggin' poster. And Adam just sitting there, kind of like in a disassociated state, watching the movie. He was in the movies. He made like really like low budget independent things. He had a couple acting gigs. Never like a millionaire type of thing like his dreams. So I remember sitting there watching this movie. What is it today? 5 days ago was the 9th anniversary when my dad got the call that he was in the ICU because he walked in front of traffic at night. Got a massive brain injury, broken leg. He had pneumonia and other things wrong with him because he was living on the streets. We had a falling out. We saw Force Awakens like December 15th or so. And then September of the following year, he walked in front of traffic to end it because it was too painful. So I got his best friend, and his best friend texted me a little while ago. He keeps telling people. I think he's telling people he's my doctor or something. Like this tweaker. He is a meth head tweaker who's so desperate to keep like pretending and acting. He don't want a job. He was crying. Like he's crying because he had to get a Walmart job. Like somebody told him to get a job and give up acting. So that was over a year ago, and he works for me. Supposedly, he doesn't work for me because I'm not going to be legally liable for what this freaking nutcase does. Oh yeah, he's one of those dudes. He's Antifa through and through. He ain't gonna pay for shit. So when you ask me my associations, I really can't control what people do when they're not around me. I can only give honest testimony. I can only give honest testimony that probably, I don't know if you know what kids is. People talk about like people watching cuties as an indication of like abnormal brain behavior. You check out Larry David's Kids. Well, my brother cut school a lot too with all his with a lot of delinquent friends, and I don't know what was going on behind closed doors. Maybe a little underage filming, Andrew. But that's all right. Be proud of who you are. Pride, man.